So it brings us to the final game, and that game is between Liverpool and Newcastle United. Liverpool 3 in a come-from-behind victory. Newcastle 1. Another very good performance by Liverpool. I expected them to win this one. Can't remember my exact prediction, but they wasn't able to hold on to the clean sheet, and Ederson, I think, is now level on par with Alisson, and the two Brazilians will look to scrap it up for the Premier League title and for the Golden Glove award this season. Against the runner play, 7th minute, Newcastle scored. But Liverpool had a bright start. Very, very bright start. I don't remember every single opportunity that they had at goal in the game, but I know it was a lot. It was a lot. Definitely a lot of opportunities where Dubravka had to come up with some big saves in the game. But Shelvey, 7th minute after giveaway by Thiago Alcantara, and that was a good run there by St. Maximin, who passed to Fraser. And Fraser's ball in no man's land was basically hoofed, gifted to Shelvey, the former Liverpool player, who smacked it past Alisson, who didn't even budge. So, what a start by Newcastle. Eddie Howe and his boys have been struggling, as we know. They have been in the relegation zone for quite some time, and it's been an uphill battle so far. They recently picked up their first win in the league 2 matches ago now. And I knew it would always be a very, very tough game for them, man. Very tough. Look, Eddie Howe chose not to start Callum Wilson, which was a puzzling decision. But it looked like it was actually working out, right? Went with a very defensive shape with Joel Linton further back. Isaac Hayden back in the team. Javi Manquillo, former Liverpool man himself. Jamal Lewis linked to Liverpool last season. Fraser, Lascelles and Shaw at the back. With Dubravka in goal, taken over from Darlow recently. But I'm telling you, they were being peppered at the beginning. And I was so surprised that Newcastle actually got that goal. So, look, being a City fan, right? You know, there's this thing at the back of my mind that's saying, Newcastle, get something from the game, Newcastle. Get something from the game, Newcastle. But look, man, I was actually watching this game. I was actually behind on the game, but with the Peacock app that I used to watch the game, I have DVR feature. So while watching the Chelsea-Everton game, I was actually getting the update in the corner. I was trying to avoid it. And then I saw 1-1. And then I saw 2-1 like real fast. I was like, damn. They're going to go on to win the game like I predicted. I predicted Liverpool to win the game. But look, Liverpool fans watching this, don't tell me when you're watching City and Chelsea and United, and maybe Tottenham, Arsenal if they right on your butt. Don't tell me you don't pray. You're not saying to yourself, damn, lose the game or draw the game, right? Come on, tell me. So Liverpool was also without Virgil van Dijk and Fabinho, to my surprise, and I didn't actually get to find out the reason behind their absences. So I was like, whoa, what's going on here? But I have to say, Ibrahima Konate, damn, he did a great job on the day, man. He was good on the day. Another player that I gotta highlight, I'm gonna give you a credit. Trent Alexander-Arnold was damn good on the day. In defense and in attack. He had a very good all-around game where he did run back and, top out the ball away from Ryan Fraser. That would have been a dangerous ball after Alan St. Maximin breakaway. You got to give it to Trent. I do criticize him and say he can't defend. But I'm going to keep it real and say he defended damn well in the game. Come on, guys. You know me. You know me. If there's anybody who keep it real, it's me. You might say what you want. Say I talk shit about Liverpool or have some type of negative connotation towards Liverpool. Say whatever you want to say. But I keep it real, man. I keeps it real. So Van Dijk not involved, as I mentioned. And to be honest, I still don't know why. I still don't know why. Because immediately after the game, I came to do this live stream and they didn't talk about the fact that why he was absent. But I could do a quick search while analyzing the game. Van Dijk. I know somebody's probably letting me know why he was absent in the chat. But Virgil van Dijk, breaking. Liverpool confirmed Virgil van Dijk, Fabinho, and Curtis Jones all miss. So let me see. Liverpool without Virgil van Dijk, Fabinho, and Jones after positive COVID test. Okay, so COVID, coronavirus, and I'm seeing you guys are saying that in the chat right now. The league could definitely be in jeopardy of being, postponed. Because even with the Liverpool-Tottenham game scheduled to go ahead, there could be more positive cases in the Liverpool camp. And you won't want to just play 3 games or two games for the weekend. So it might actually get postponed. But Liverpool did the thing without Van Dijk, and that's a good sign if you're a Liverpool fan right now. For Klopp, that would give you less of a headache, and that would tell you that, hey man, sometimes maybe you could rest him, right? And play Konate. I recently saw that Zlatan Ibrahimovic give Ibrahima Konate a lot of praises after the performance against AC Milan, where he handles Zlatan very, very well. And we know Matip very, very trusted in the back as well. So, look, give credit when credit's due, but Liverpool all over Newcastle, and they had to come back in the game. Jota did so in the 21st minute. I think that was a brilliant ball in by Sadio Mane, if my memory serves me right. And the header was saved brilliantly by Dubravka, and then the rebound was put in by Diego Jota, who has been scoring them for fun this season. That's his 9th goal of the season. Behind Salah, who has 15, it's Diego Jota and Jamie Vardy with 9. Round of applause. Hand claps for Diego Jota. Brilliant, brilliant. What a signing. What a signing. Surprise signing last season, but he has really yielded a lot of goals, man. A lot of goals. So, look, if you want some insight on what Jota has done so far since he was signed to Liverpool, he has 50 appearances. So I think this was his 50th appearances or his 51st. And the man has 23 goals. 23 goals. That's a good return. He now matches his goal return from last season, curtailed season where he was injured. He picked up 9 goals last season. So in total, 52 total games. 52 total games for Liverpool, pardon me. And he got 4 assists as well. So that's not a bad return at all. Not a bad return. I think he may have played a few games for Wolverhampton Wanderers last season, if I'm not mistaken, before he was signed. I might be wrong, though. I might be wrong. But, yeah. Jota, man. Jota with the goal. Brilliant stuff. And he did get more opportunities to score, of course, and didn't. Because Liverpool dominant, 23 shots, 8 on target, comparing to Newcastle's 4, 2 on target, 74% of the ball for the Reds, 26 for Newcastle. Look, the Salah goal. Mane almost brought down, still managed to get a shot off. Dubravka well saved. And for the life of me, I discussed this in the past. Why don't people stick with Salah though? Why are players? What I know even if you try to stick to him, he could go past you. But try. Why is Salah left unmarked in a situation like that? Why isn't a Newcastle player first to the ball? Please explain that to me. Why? Why is Salah allowed to get to the ball first? Instinctive. While the other players are obviously sleeping. And I'm talking about the Newcastle players. Sleeping and ball watching. Never a good combination at all. Never a good combination. And when I say sleeping, I don't mean like literally with your eyes closed. Because I put sleeping and ball watching together, you know what I'm saying? But maybe they're just in awe. You know what I'm saying? Seeing what's going on. Seeing the determination from Sadio Mane and Salah to put in his 15th goal of the season. 15. That is absolutely brilliant. Which means if he continues, he could get another 30-something goal season and maybe break his own record. So Liverpool back in the lead in the 25th minute. And all they needed to do was to just hold what they own. I think they had a very good first half. Very, very good, where they continued to threaten. But in the second half, for I think up until maybe about the 80th minute, if I'm not mistaken, Liverpool were all over the place. And I think Newcastle had them exactly where they wanted. And they could have easily bag a goal and earn a point. Because a 2-1 lead is one of the worst leads to ever have. You give up the goal, the team equalizes, and then they could go ahead on the momentum, and then you have a 3-2 loss like that Chelsea versus West Ham. You see what I'm saying? You see what I mean? So, look, Trent Alexander-Arnold scored in the 87th minute after Liverpool looked to get that third goal. And that was a brilliant goal set up by Firmino, but it was Trent that did all the work, and that was a rocket of a shot in the back of the net. Definitely a nominee for goal of the month there for December. Along with that Kevin De Bruyne strike in the 7-0 thrashing of Leeds though. So there's been some good goals already this month, and that one definitely goes into that category. Firmino back from injury is a good sign for Liverpool. We don't know if the African Cup of Nations is going to go ahead. We don't know what the Premier League is going to look like in January. And the Liverpool fans will be hoping and praying that, I know it doesn't sound right, but they probably want the league postponed until February. You see what I'm saying? Even if the AFCON want to go ahead, they'll probably want the league to postpone until February so that they could have everybody fit and available to contest this Premier League title with Manchester City. Because it's very close. 41 points for City, 40 points for Liverpool. But look, for Newcastle, man, I think they tried. I just want to say they tried. They really, really tried. But it's the lack of quality across the field that continues to hurt the Magpies here. Jamal Lewis had to go off early with an injury. Matt Ritchie came on. He's a more forward-thinking left-sided player. But the quality was lacking, though. You know what I'm saying? Joel Linton was playing more as a defensive midfielder. Maybe he should. You know, like in FIFA career mode, you could change the player's position, like permanently. Maybe he should play as a freaking defensive midfielder, because I don't know what he does in the final third. Like, absolutely nothing. But Jonjo Shelvey had a good game, like he usually do. Isaac Hayden, you know, not bad. Not bad. Ryan Fraser, I think, worked his ass off in the game. Jacob Murphy as well. St. Maxima, you know what I mean? He did his thing, looked really good, dribbled, ran forward, but he had to go off injured. So the problems are going to continue. And the problems definitely have been compounded with yet another L. Yet another L. Look at the subs, Richie, Joe Willock, who scored an equalizer last season. Newcastle didn't lose to Liverpool last season. And Callum Wilson. And they were hoping that they could do something similar. And bag a point didn't happen. James Milner, Naby Keita, Roberto Firmino off the bench. And I got to mention something, though. Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain have been playing very well without that cutting edge. He's been doing very well, but he just haven't had the luck. He hasn't had the luck, and just something about him. He's been playing well, but every time he gets a good shot off, it's either straight to the keeper or it's blocked. And he just hasn't been, you know, chipping in terms of goals, but still a very important role that he's playing. Thiago was terrible on the day. Terrible. Terrible. He's been good lately, but he's been terrible, man. Giving away the ball there, and I think there was another instance where he almost, he wasn't that good in the game. But, you know, as I say, you get bad days and you have good, you have good ones and bad ones. So let's not look at it in a negative light, right? Right, guys? You guys say, oh, you all like criticize Thiago. But yeah, man, I think it was a good performance by Liverpool on the day. Alisson had to come up with a big saves. And as I mentioned, look, Newcastle could have get back in the game anytime. Anytime. I think that was St. Maxima with that shot that was saved by Alisson, and Thiago with the giveaway, right? So anything could have happened in this game, but in the end, Liverpool did get the third. That took them to safety and 3 points. 3 points. So that's all that matters. Just got to work on your weaknesses going forward and continue to build on the strengths. Fair enough, right? Fair enough. Fair enough. That's my assessment of the game. Let me know yours if you had anything else to say. And to play the game without key players as well in Van Dijk, Fabinho, it was a good effort. Very good. Still dominated and still ended up winning the match. So look, for the struggling Newcastle, it does not get easier. The next game is scheduled to be against Manchester City this Sunday. How worse could it get? What if there's a whole Leeds United situation repeated where City blow Newcastle out of the park? And it's possible. That would be very demoralizing for the team that has spent most of the season in the relegation zone. They're 19th, solitary win, 7 draws, 10 points only. Anyhow, you're in a bit of a pickle. Gonna have to figure out how to wiggle yourself out of this situation. All is not lost simply because Watford and Leeds are not performing well. A few wins, a few draws on the bounce, it could all change. But they have to start changing soon. For Liverpool FC, they're scheduled to play Tottenham. If that game actually goes ahead, that will be a hell of a game. Tottenham have had a lot of days to rest, a lot of time to prepare. Even if they have to do that preparation off the field, it's still going to be a tough game because the Reds have been formidable and they have been red hot this season.